Good morning, good afternoon, good evening again, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to my channel. My name is Rivka, and today we're going to continue talking about the body inflammation, pain, what in some places they call fibromyalgia, and we are going to just call it a body that is totally out of balance. And we're going to try and help it return its balance. Now, anytime our body is out of balance, there is not just the body itself. The body is connected to our soul, connected to our spirit, connected to our awareness, connected to whatever who we are. And therefore, there are more momentums and more things that are happening than just the body itself. And that sort of pain, that sort of those aches, and as I was saying in the last video, it's where we do not listen to our body because our body needs specific things. It needs, we're not blessed, if you like, with an iron stomach or other bits. We are sensitive, and because we are sensitive, we have to remember that and give our body what it needs to be able to live happily, pain-free, with clarity. And for that, we need a lot more than what we just talked about. So I just want to show you something that I use a lot. And we actually didn't get it for that. We bought it because someone we knew had a bladder problem, some calcification, and we found information about it that it would help that. It did help. You had to put it on every day for like 15 minutes. But then we started using it for the pains that come when there is a very cold snap, or when the change of weather happens, or when just not eating properly one day, going out, just eating other than what we are really used to, and suddenly the body gets into this pain. So we use this one, and this is what it is. It's this little mat. It's an electric thing. You put it on in the electricity, and you turn. I never use it more than 37 degrees. It doesn't need more than that. It's called. I can never say those things. There it is. You can see it. Okay, this one was Russian, and we bought it secondhand because the new ones are really ridiculously expensive. But they do exist secondhand, and we had it. This one I think is like 6 years old already, still working fabulously, and mostly because we use it mainly during the winter. Sometime if someone has an injury, I actually have two of them, and I sometimes lend them to other people. Now inside here, I don't know if you can see, it's very hard to see, there's lots of jade bubbles, little sort of tiny little stones. It's all jade, and it heats it up, and it creates this amazing heat in the body. It's very helpful. You can see that it's all bubbles, all little stones. Amazing. Okay, so I would recommend, if you can get hold of something like this, that'll be very helpful. Other foods also that will be very useful. So for the ones that can actually handle chili, again, I couldn't. So, but for ones that can, chili, cayenne pepper is very good in small amounts to keep the body hot and spicy, and it clears a lot of inflammation. Turmeric, you've got turmeric in powder. Everybody knows the turmeric in powder. The turmeric root, if you can have the root and you grate it and you put it in many different recipes, this is fantastic. And also to take turmeric with chili or cayenne pepper in a little capsule every day could be very helpful. Again, remember that when I say every day, I don't mean that you have to do it every day of your life. I mean you have to do it when you have a flare up of something, and you have to listen to your body, and you need to know when to take the stuff and when to withdraw a little bit. The tea that I told you last time, you take all the time, but you can take 1 cup a day for most time of the year. But when there's a flare, that's when you lift it up again. And of course, in the beginning, when you first start all those treatments, you use the whole full 8 cups a day. But then you can slow down. All right. We also have ginger. Right now, I was sure I had a big ginger, but for some reason I put it somewhere. So I'm just showing you the ginger powder. I have a powder, I have a paste, I have the root, if I can buy it, and I always use it in everything. It's absolutely fantastic. And if there's pain in certain places, you can grate the ginger, you can grate the turmeric, you can make a paste out of it, put it on the area that's painful, cover it with a little bit of Glad wrap, and then put a hot water bottle or something like this to let it penetrate. You can also use a tiny bit of chili, but again, I couldn't, so I know that people do it, but for me, the ginger and that was enough. My body doesn't like the sort of really, really hot things. Cinnamon, again, I've got cinnamon in sticks, 2 different types, and I've got the normal cinnamon to put on things. And I find that if you mix cinnamon and cardamom and cloves and all the different sort of sweet ginger, you mix them together, you can make beautiful drinks. You can make really nice drinks with wine, and you boil it up in winter, and all the alcohol disappear, and you add some honey to it. It's an amazing, amazing, amazing heart remedy if you do it with parsley as well. If anybody's interested, they can ask me and I'll send it, or maybe I already did in the posts. I can't remember. I'll have a look. Very, very good recipe. Okay, lemons, of course. Lemons are amazing and should be used a lot. Mix with beetroot and maybe watermelon can be amazing drinks and very, very healthy. But beetroot in general will be very helpful to help the cholesterol, to help blood problems. You can steam it. That's probably the best, but you can have it in the oven. You can have it raw with lemon and garlic and salt and pepper. It's beautiful. And some olive oil. Fantastic. This is a custard apple. This is the time of the year to use custard apple. If you can get your hands on custard apples, have at least 1 custard apple a day. You'll see that it'll make you feel much better. And of course, the humble avocado. Very, very good for you. Anyway, what I wanted to really do today, after talking about that, is to do a bit of a meditation and to talk about how we recognize. I'm just going to put this one here so you can enjoy a little bit the flowers while I'm chatting away. How we can recognize the parts of our body that are having blockage, and those parts of the body that have the blockage are a lot of the time the places that are actually, that's where inflammation, that's where the misconnection, that's when the rawness of the nerves starts. Even if we don't have pain in those areas, or we don't, that the symptoms are actually exhaustion or something else, if you can find out where those places, what is blocked, what is not working very well, you can work on healing that, and that will heal your exhaustion, fatigue, pains, fogginess, and all sorts of other things that can come as part of this whole mishappening of the body. All right. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to take a piece of paper and just draw a stick figure of a person, which is you. So hands or arms, legs, body, face. And then what I'd like you to do is take a deep breath. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And as you blow the air out, ask your body, where are the blockages? Where is there something that's not working very well? Just give me hints. And we keep breathing in and out very, very carefully and not too hard, so we're not to end up hyperventilating. Breathe in, breathe out, and start scanning your body. You go from the head first, and slowly, slowly, as you breathe in and out, you scan it like a machine, all the way down to your toes. So you start with the head as you breathe in and out, from the crown down to your forehead, your eyes, and try and feel if there's something that is difficult to continue. So I just went to my eyes and I couldn't get further down. I had to breathe again. So I know, okay, there's something going on there. I mark it on my piece of paper. Keep going. You might manage to get all the way down to your chest without any stop, but then suddenly something is stopping you from going further down. Mark that area and keep going all the way down to your toes. And every time where you feel like you're stuck or you're suddenly thinking of something else in the middle of your breathing, pay attention. Where were you when you stopped your meditation and you are wandering in the supermarket suddenly in your head? Or you're thinking of your children or something else. You just can't think. You go, okay, what was I? I just went down to my chest and suddenly I was not able to think, and I continue. Mark it down. Go like this all the way down to your toes. Then open your eyes again. Just have a look at that piece of paper. See how many spots you found and how many places. And then you do it again. You don't have to do it the same day. If it was enough, it is enough. We can't always have that amount of concentration, and that's okay. Another day, you look at your piece of paper and you go, so I had a blockage around my eyes, and maybe I had a block, or I couldn't move past this shoulder or that arm. Something stopped me. Then you take a deep breath, you close your eyes. Again, you sit quietly, and you go place by place, just on the place. And don't do more than 1 or 2 a day if you end up with 5 or 6 places. If you only end up with a couple, that's fine. But if you have quite a few, try and work on them only 1 at a time or 2 maximum. And ask yourself questions. Where is that blockage in myself? Let's say around my eyes. What does it mean to me? Eyes. Am I looking wrong? Am I seeing only things that are not good for me, or things that are negative? Am I able to see something that's good and positive around me? Am I worried about how people look at me? What is the things that's to do with my eyes or with that blockage around it? And try and find a way to be at peace with whatever it is you're finding, but try and connect it not just to the eyes that are hurting or not seeing very well or having pressure, but actually to your environment, to your thought pattern, to your language. How do you talk? What are you saying? Try and connected to all of that, as well as your body itself. Now, I can't help myself. Every time those birds come here, I have to focus on them because they're so beautiful. There's so many of them. We'll continue. Okay, so you've done that, and you're gone day by day, And maybe it'll take you a few days to get through um, all the different spots, and each one of them, and the same thing, you write it down. There's no expectation of being able to clear blockages in one time. There's no expectation of understanding necessarily exactly what it is in our environment, in our society, in our family, that is influencing how we, what is happening to us. But to start off with, we just want to recognize those things and write them down. After you write them down, after you recognize it and write it down, then we start looking at how can we, only us, we cannot change the world. Except, of course, when we change ourselves, the world changes as well. But you can't go out there and force people to behave differently towards you. But you can choose how you receive the way they behave towards you. So if you feel that someone is laughing at you or not taking you seriously, or looking at the fact that you are not able right now to work hard or whatever because you are in pain or because you are foggy or because whatever it is the symptoms are, you have a choice to be insulted by the fact that people are not taking it seriously, or to look at them and go, okay, that's their reaction. I don't have to take it on board. It's there's nothing for me to gain from being upset by it, only lose. So if I want to gain freedom, if I want to gain the ability to be free of this pain, on that area of spirituality or the way other people are looking at me or the way other people are behaving towards me, my choice is to not get insulted, because I know that this is real for me. It doesn't matter what they think. It's not important. It's only important how I perceive it. So that takes a little while, and it's work. It means of having to look at each part again and again and again, and then after a few weeks, doing the scan all over again. Maybe some blockages disappeared. Maybe suddenly there's no pressure here. Or maybe the way we change our diet, or we start doing a little bit more exercises or whatever, has helped us move a bit away from those blockages. Now, for the people that are suffering from headaches, I would like you to try, and only try it and see if it works for you. One thing against headache is the milk thistle that we talked about last time. But another one is a really simple remedy where you take a glass of water and you put in it about a quarter of a teaspoon of salt. It's not a table salt. We're not using table salt ever. Throw the table salt away. Go and buy yourself sea salt or Celtic salt or any other salt that you look, and it's written there that they haven't stripped everything off it and added some anti-caking agent. Okay, so if it gets caked, add some rice to it to draw some of the moisture. And you put that in the water and then you sip it. Make sure the water is nice and warm. And many times it stops the headaches. So it's really worth trying. Okay, this is our second video. I hope that's helpful. I haven't managed to add the exercises to this video. I will do the exercises next week, maybe tomorrow, maybe Tuesday. Sorry. I really, really hope that you can gain something out of this, and that you are able to slowly see yourself as the strong, beautiful person that you are, and that you are able to understand that most all our illnesses or diseases that we think they are illnesses are actually our body speaking. And if we can develop the listening and the sensitivity, and that means also sometime having to change a job, sometime having to find a different way of making a living and all that sort of stuff, and sometime not sometime having to go to the whatever government, wherever you are in the world, and try and have some help for a little while until you sort it out. But taking your own health, your own sovereignty into your own hands is a huge, huge step, and it's not an easy step. I always say that freedom costs. It costs because other people don't always approve of the choices you make. It costs because even your children sometimes don't approve, and that does not mean a thing. It's important to have it. It's important to be sovereign within ourselves, to be responsible for our body, to make our own choices as much as we can. It's really important because that really help to clear out the pain, because so many of us have pain just because we are not doing what we should be doing. We just never learned. Nobody ever told us. Nobody ever gave us permission. So today I'm giving you permission from my whole heart. Please, I give you permission to be who you are. If you're sad, I'm giving you permission to be sad. If you're happy, you have permission to be happy. Even if the world around you is not good, but you feel good about something that you achieve, you've got the right to do that. And you've got the right to be free. I love you lots, sending you lots of healing. It is a very hard time in this world at this time, and many people are suffering. But we can take our own health into our own hands. Be blessed. Lots of love. See you another day.